Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this Monday, the 24th of June, 2019, about 9:15 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Another day, another up day in most of the stock indices. The Russell's the laggard right here, not getting much of a rally. Gold takes off, up $10. Certainly world tensions behind that. You're not seeing the silver move much with it. Copper's actually lower. Remember, this is the G20 week, so you're going to start getting all these crazy actions early on as people try to figure out how do they position themselves for that in the financial markets. On the energy sector, it's pretty quiet. Brent is down actually 40 cents. Our crude is up about 2. The gasoline fire that on the East Coast hit our major refinery there, it looks like that refinery is going to be gone for years. So now what does that do to gasoline becomes the next thing. We'll be reading about that over days to come here, but a severe fire. At first we thought it was contained. It was, but just at the wrong areas that you needed it. Rain, we had more of it over the weekend. There's more in the forecast this week, so it keeps the bull market alive in the grain markets. Bonds and notes, obviously you're seeing a little bit of a bid there as the market's now trying to figure in what happens at the G20 between the U.S. and China. Is it just words? Hey, yeah, we'll get our negotiators together, but they get back at the table and it's more of the same thing. Everybody's starting from square one because China doesn't want to give in on the big events that the U.S. had thought were done. In other words, intellectual property, what you pay to do business there, the international laws reserving it. I don't think trade issues are as much as property, and so we'll see what goes on through that. The Chicago Fed National Activity Index, down 0.5. Prior was down 0.48, so this is a little worse, and this is all down from 0.45. The U.S., as I said, going to set the sanctions today on Iran. We don't know what they are. We're sanctioning everything we can. The Philadelphia Energy Solutions Oil Refinery is the name of that refinery, and they had done 350,000 barrels a day of crude oil. Its alkylation unit involved in the fire has been completely destroyed. That is a big deal. I don't know enough about refineries to know if there's a replacement, what they can do with it, so we'll find out. U.S. oil production, this is interesting. We're 2 million barrels a day higher year over year. Yet, if you count the rig count, they've all fallen all the way through. The technology is able to keep it going. Imagine if you get those rig counts up another 80 or 90. The IEA, the International Energy Agency, today said tensions in the Middle East have caused it to take a look very hard at the impact on world oil supply, and it should be ready to act if there's a big problem. And as I said, the G20 meeting is going to take place. So you put that all together, you got a handful. You got an awful lot to deal with this week. We'll see where it goes. It's going to impact all sectors of the financial market. If a bad G20 between U.S. and China comes, well, you know, the traders are pricing in 100% probability already a July rate cut. Get them on track where they pick up where they left off with what was agreed to being there. That could change that. Very, very difficult time for everybody to work on, but we'll see where it goes. In the meantime, if you look at seasonal trades, sometimes they help you. More research centers been doing this as long as I can remember. And it's the source that I go to for the seasonalities because they break it down into spread trades, they break it down into daily trades, special reports on the markets. And their criteria is this. They look over a 15-year period. If trades won't work, I think it's 12 out of 15 years, they drop the trade. Then they'll tell you if the trade that you entered, how many days profitable, unprofitable during the time frame that they're doing. You can look at trades in 30, 15, and 5-year increments. As I said, special ideas on the reports. And like anything else, you got to remember, what the market's done in the past doesn't mean what it'll do in the future. But I look at seasonality because when you come to grain markets, when you come to demand, say, for gasoline, diesel oil, and so on, there's seasonality here. and it plays. So I like to know if the market's going the opposite way of the seasonality, which it can do. It's a contra-seasonal trade, or if it's in line with it and what the seasonality shows. You can get a 2-week trial from us. Just give us a call. We'll set you up, or you can go to www.iraepstein.com. You can click up here if you're watching me on YouTube. It'll all come together, and we'll make sure that we get you placed with it. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a good day, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.